My senior year, we were given the task to have a senior project, as any other group is, and so I decided that my illness, being as rare and odd as it is, was something that I wanted to research. I did extensive research into it, looking at doctors, treatments, all sorts of different kinds of procedures, and in realizing that it was multiple chemical sensitivity, not just some simple allergy that was causing this, I understood that this was a full-fledged illness that I had.
Have you ever felt lightheaded or dizzy after an exposure to perfume, gas, or cleaning products? Or more likely, notice someone else's strange or discomforted behavior to similar products? Then it is possible that this person may be suffering from multiple chemical sensitivity, also known as MCS. Now you may be wondering, MCS, what's that? To put it in simple terms, multiple chemical sensitivities is a relatively new and fast-growing disease that can affect the reproductive system, the nervous system, the brain, the digestive system, and many more. Now here's Dr. Nagy to tell you more about it.
Chemical sensitivity, or environmental illness we call it, is basically something that happens to the body when you get overloaded with a chemical. It could be from mold toxins, which is the most common cause, pesticides, solvents, new carpeting, a new printer, something in your world, at home or at work, and it makes you overloaded with chemicals, so your body can't cope. And it damages your immune system, your nervous system, and it makes you sensitive to all chemicals and sometimes all foods after this exposure. I think we all have the potential to be a little chemically sensitive. It's in, 5% of the population is disabled from it, 15% of the population has moderate chemical sensitivity, and 40% of the population has mild. It's 4 to 1 women to men. So it's most women over 40 are a little chemically sensitive.
We encountered a student here at Northeast High School who's wrestled with this illness since her middle school days and asked her to tell us her story of how she struggles with this illness in her day-to-day life. Alana Clark.
Tell me your story, Alana.
So I had my first chemical attack when I was about 12. I was in school and I was sitting next to this girl who was wearing this very strong Hawaiian perfume. I just felt that breathing was getting heavier and heavier. I didn't quite understand what it was, so I just sat there and wheezed quietly as best I could because I didn't want to stir up suspicion or scare the teachers. I didn't know what was going on, no point in scaring anybody else too. And when I came home that day, I explained it to my dad, and he said that he's felt things similar to that, and so has my grandmother. I talked to them about it, and ever since, my grandmother, my dad, and me, we all had a perfume allergy. That's what they knew, that's what they called it, that's what they referred to it as. They never looked at it in any more depth than that.
Dr. Nagy sat down with Alana to talk more about MCS.
I'd be breathing in these chemicals, and then after a few short months, I started having these very intense pains in my sides and my back. I went to the hospital for it, and they said either I pulled a muscle, which they didn't feel, so they're like, I don't know about that, or it was some form of nerve damage. They gave me blood tests and ultrasound, and I was perfectly healthy in every way, except I was just in a lot of pain.
The crux of the problem that I am motivated to fix is that medicine does not address environmental exposure. Healthcare does not treat the environmentally ill, and medical school education does not provide any training for physicians to believe the patient, let alone treat the patient. Treating the patient is a little complex because you need a clean environment to do it, and you need to be trained. But understanding that it's real is an easy thing. You just train doctors that it's real, you tell them the signs and symptoms, and they know it. So the fix is difficult, and that's what my goal is to fix this problem that nobody believes us in the country.
Dr. Nagy even checked out the room where we did our editing for this documentary. She found many MCS culprits.
And you can just follow your nose and figure it out. We were wondering if it was this. Doesn't really smell too bad. And then I was wondering about this pipe, what's in it? The drain smells bad. Mm-hmm. And then we were wondering if it's something behind the heater or this cabinet, but there's something foul in this room that's got to go.
There you have it, the truth about MCS.
The truth about multiple chemical sensitivity.
How it's not just Alana. We all have the potential to get it.